Growing up in Flint, it was fun growing up in Flint. Actually, a lot of the families where their income came from General Motors and all the factories. So I would say, I was from a single family home. My father was murdered when I was 9. So, and my mother had 4 children. She worked for Chevy in the Chevy plant. It was pretty easygoing, She worked really hard. The 4 seasons in Flint, beautiful. Fall is my favorite, I should say. The orange and red and gold colors of the leaves, it's just beautiful. Winter, I like from inside the home. So when you're looking out and you see like the street is just filled with white snow and the sun is glistening and it's hanging off the trees, lots of trees in Michigan, it's very pretty, but not so much as an adult in the snow, but I played in it a lot as a kid. Like, we'd go to the school and ride down little sleds, and if we didn't have a sled, we made one with a garbage can top. Growing up, economically, it was fine. Middle class city. I mean, I don't quote me on the numbers, but let's say 7 factories at least, and then little sub-factories like part plants and things like that. So it was a working middle class city. It was fine and thriving until the factories started slowly closing down and leaving the city. Racial tension. We were the first kids bused to an all-white school when I was in the 4th grade. So I didn't even know racial tensions existed because even though my mom was white, we lived in a predominantly black neighborhood until we were bused to this white school. So that was probably the first time that I had friends who were my friends and I was their first black friend. And like, it was a huge deal to be able to go to a pajama party for a birthday party. Like, every time one of my friends had a birthday party, I would have to bring my things to school and hope that by the end of the school day that whichever parent was against the black kid coming to the birthday party or staying at their home had given in, so that at the end of school when all the kids would go over to the party home, I could go with them. So it was pretty interesting. I mean, I had a crush on my first white boyfriend, and I did the little, do you like me, yes or no, or maybe? And he wrote, yes, but you're black. So yeah, that was interesting because I didn't know anything about that until 4th grade. I moved from Flint in 95. I came out to LA in 95. Well, I moved from Flint prior to that for 2 years. I moved to Miami. And then I got really sick. I had a really bad kidney. My kidney was failing. And I went home for a little bit. And then I came out to LA in 95. It didn't have anything to do with the economic shift at all. The city was still thriving at that time. I came out here just to chase my dreams. At the time, I was focused on just fashion design. So I knew it was either New York or LA. And I chose LA because I was tired of the snow. What I miss most about my hometown, I would probably say the realness. Like, at home, if people like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't. So pretty much you get what you see. Everyone is at face value. So it took a little while to get adjusted. Not saying that everyone in LA is fake, but some people have ulterior motives as to why they want to be your friend or why they want to run in your circle or, So I would say I probably missed that outside of just, the people that you grow up, they really know you. So if I hear some people out here in Flint, like I'll see people, they'll come to visit or they've moved out here and I'll be out somewhere. And if I hear somebody say Vanya, I'm like, who knows me? Because that's the name I used growing up. So I kind of miss that home feeling. The water problems in Flint. I have a lot of friends affected. My family, not so much as far as ailments, but living in areas that were affected by water, yes. So like I have my cousins and they have to like cook in bottled water. They were bathing in bottled water. They didn't really have any of the really bad health issues that some of the families had that really couldn't afford the bottled water and things like that. Luckily, the majority of my families moved to the surrounding areas of Flint, outside of Flint city limits, so they had well water or their water came from Detroit. Traumatic events that I experienced growing up. Well, I did tell you that I grew up in the 80s, so crack hit, a lot of friends murdered, whether it be because they were drug dealers or because we were at a house party and the drive-by happened. I mean, it was like LA. I mean, we had drive-bys as well. At one point, we had one of the largest mass murders in the city, where a really popular drug dealer and his group of friends and other people went to his home for an after party after the skating rink one night, and everyone in the house was murdered. So we all had a friend or someone who was in that home, but I lost a lot of friends. A lot of friends were murdered, you know, part of the drug gang. The aspects of Flint that I endear the most, that it's a family. It's a family city. And pride, I mean, you know, if you ever rolled through my city, I'm quoting Breed now. Yeah, Flint, I mean, we have a lot of pride. It doesn't matter how bad it gets. Everybody is still like, I'm from Flint. It's a prideful, you know what? It's a big union because of the factories. So when you have parents that are part of a union, they teach you pride growing up. Yeah, teamwork and pride, I would probably say, is the aspect I miss. The thing that I miss the least would probably be the current situation now. What I miss is what Flint used to be. So when I go home, I'm really saddened by just the deterioration of the city, just how sad it is, all the abandoned buildings, and the roads are so like just a mess, just potholes and gravel, and it's not the middle class thriving city that it was when I was there. So I would probably say the thing that I miss would probably be that. The advice that I would give the younger generation in Flint today is don't let your surroundings dictate who you are and tell you who you can be. You are so much more than where you are right now. I would tell them to never give up on their dreams, and I would tell them that they are Flintstones and we rock. Currently, the projects that I'm working on, I have a one-woman show called This Is Very Important, and it helps spread awareness for HIV and AIDS. But really the show is about love and life and how we treat one another. It just so happens that the characters in the show, the thing that ties them together is that they've all been diagnosed. You can also catch me on demand and probably online at abc.com on For the People. I have a recurring role on there as Teresa Wood, and I'm also recurring in season 2. They haven't given us the air date, but I would assume it would be sometime in March after the How to Get Away with Murder season finale. I am Rahvaunia, and I am representing 100% Flint, Michigan, and from here I rise with pride.